Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the 2019 Studio Series number 38. This is Voyager class Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes. We'll have a look at the accessories and the backdrops that come with him to help you know if yours is complete. We're going to point at things that you need to be aware of if you have to purchase one for yourself. Because he's of course from the Bumblebee movie, we can bring in some other figures and characters from that film to see how he looks in displays. And of course, because he's Optimus Prime, we can see how he compares to his original Generation 1 self, some other generations versions of him, and indeed right up to the very latest version, which is slightly newer than him at the time of making this video. So as always, loads to get through in this video. So as I start to put all these back, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please. And before we go any further, I need to say a huge thank you to subscriber and friend Brandon Kirk, who does his own YouTube channel, Bayverse of Madness, because he actually got this as a gift for me. And I'm very grateful, because it is a spectacular figure, and it's one that, to be honest, I completely missed out on. It comes obviously in the box like this. As I say, came out in 2019, so I have no idea why I missed him, to be honest. I wasn't really collecting many Studio Series figures, I think it is, but I do like all of the ones from the Bumblebee movie. We can see that he's going to take 35 steps to transform. I'm going to upload a tutorial transformation video because he can be quite intricate. And as I say, we'll have a proper look at him in his alternate mode in a second, because his alternate mode is the one that goes better with the backdrop that we've got there. That is of course the bridge scene from the very end of the movie. So that's pretty much what comes inside the packaging. The accessory that he comes with is just this big blaster, which you can see is huge. It looks really good. And I'll show you that. In fact, let's pop it in his hand straight away. And again, you can see, yeah, again, I'm just really impressed with this figure. Really am. I think he looks good. You get the feeling straight away that it's near enough premium, to be honest. I know they make a little bit more effort with the Studio Series figures than the main line, but this one borderline, and funnily enough, I think there is a premium finish of this figure, but that's what this one feels like. And what I mean by that is because the paint job on him is spectacular. You can see obviously we've got the silvers in there, the gunmetal greys, all of it, the translucent windows. He's highly articulate. The legs are indeed that fully all the way, you know, kicking front, coming most of the way back, full knee bend, ankle tilt and rock. There's shoulders all the way around to the sides. There's a shoulder swivel underneath. There's a bicep swivel. There's a wrist swivel. There's literally four swivels going on there. You've got the one at the top of the shoulder. You've got the one there on the forearm. You've got the one on the wrist. You know what I mean? There's so much going on. There's a waist swivel, which is really clever, especially to do with the transformation process. And as you can see, the detail, the mechanical detail on the inside is brilliant. The back is very good as well. There's hardly any gaps. In fact, there isn't any really. I mean, if you want to count that as a gap there, that's being a bit harsh, because that's just how the feet move around. As you can see, let's bring this heel down as well. There isn't really any gaps at all. Everything is tucked away really quite neatly. And what I like is the fact that you can't see or work out where the front wheels are. You can tell there's the back of the cab, but you can't tell there. We've got lovely translucent plastic on the front of the window. What I think I'm going to do now though is bring in some other Optimus Primes to show you how he looks and fares, because he's got that brilliant G1 homage, which is of course why everybody liked the first few minutes of the movie, and indeed of course the last couple of minutes where we actually got to see him in his alternate mode. So that's of course the original 1984 as he was a Transformers release. This is 2019. And funnily enough, this is the latest, but this is just a mainline version of him. So if you're wondering why it looks like a bit of a step down, because this is Studio Series and this is mainline. With regards to some other Optimus Prime figures, if I move away that, this is one of the latest in the Generations toy line. This was the Netflix version of him, which I believe is just a different colour scheme to the standard Earthrise, but I don't actually have that, so I can't say that for sure. And then, funnily enough, talking of Earthrise and stuff, we've got a Kingdom Core class figure. I've also got a New Age David, this is the comic book interpretation of Optimus Prime. So you can see he very much does look like a updated Optimus Prime. Right, let's pick him back up. Typically the one that I'm videoing is the one that fell over. Not too bad though. Let's just move these out of the way, because what I want to do is try and get some of the Bumblebee cast up here, which is to say one of the main reasons why I in fact wanted this particular figure. Let me get that right. I'm having trouble with these feet. That's because the back heel bit, come on, there we go. I'm just folding that down, so that should be able to support him much better now. A little bit better. There's Ratchet, there's Bumblebee. I've got Wheeljack here. I've got pretty much most of the Autobots, to be fair. Let's put the smallest at the front. And again, I suppose that's the beauty of having this figure now, because when he first came out, none of these were available. So it's good that we've got these. And again, it's brilliant that we can, I suppose, complete the scenes and indeed the display with these figures. And I'm sure you'll agree. Let's pick this up properly so you can see that they do all look really, really good together. I'm not going to put the Decepticons there because I don't want to be honest. Right, that is the Autobot. That is all I think I've got to say about him in robot mode, apart from obviously he is spectacular. Let's have a look at him in his alternate mode. Okay, then we're back, and as you can see, he's in his alternate mode already. Quick apologies for no transformation process on this video. Couple of reasons. The main one is to keep the length of this video down, and the second is not to spoil it for anybody who doesn't want it spoiling. But also I'm going to be uploading a tutorial video, so hopefully that'll help. And indeed, if you wanted to see the transformation, you could there. So the alternate mode here is an approximation of a 1970 Marmon cab over truck, and yes, I've read that because I wasn't too sure myself, rather than the Freightliner he appears to be in during the final part of the scene. But the alternate mode does look good. Yes, it's very blocky, yes, it's very boxy, but they do a good job, I suppose, of tucking everything away, in honesty. I mean, you can always tell with Optimus Prime that his legs are going to be the back part, and obviously that his arms are all neatly tucked away under there, because that's just the way he's always been, to be honest, as you'll see from the original one here right next to it. That's just come out of position as well, funnily enough. But to give you an idea, he's quite a bit bigger, to be honest, in the G1, which is good to see. I love the fact, obviously, he's got the translucent windows at the front, and perhaps it would have been nice to actually have some chrome on these, but we haven't had chrome on many figures, to be honest, in as long as I can remember, so I'm not going to let that damper this too much. Let's just move that out of the way, and again, let's show you to the wheels. I thought they were rubber then, but they're not at all. They're plastic, but they are really detailed, silver trim inside, etc. They look good. Translucent at the front, just painted on the side there. I'm just looking over this, and I've noticed that there's absolutely no Autobot logos tamper-graphed, stickered on, or anything, to be honest. We can then take the blaster and we can attach that at the back as well if we wanted. That'll go through there. But the main reason why I've got him in this mode and at the end of the video is for this particular backdrop here. Maybe not with the gun. Let's take the giant gun off the back. That's not going to look too realistic. But even then, to be fair, I think they're good. I've just got this indifferent appearance of these. I like the fact that they're cardboard and they're robust, but 95% of the time they're absolutely no use. And to be honest, I don't know anybody who displays their figures using them. Again, if you'd like to correct me, or at least make me aware that you are in fact one of the people who does use them, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to know if people do actually use them. But I think that's all there is to say about this figure. It is really good. I'm so glad I've got hold of this. Huge thank you to Brandon Kirk again. Incredibly nice gesture, and really appreciative of this, and the fact that I can now display him again in his robot mode, which is how I'm going to be. So I'm going to end this video there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care.